Both games are awkward and there's a good video note somewhere. I believe it. That makes sense. Like, I think ultimately that is the strength of the series, so to speak, that like they are surprisingly different for being so similar, as dumb as that sounds. Like, they are not... Like, superficially they are very, very similar games, but practically they end up playing very differently from each other, which I think is great overall. Vermintide, it's balanced around everyone getting infinite temp HP, so enemies need to one-hit you, and like it's balanced around infinite dodges and toughness, so enemies need to one-hit you. They try to fix the first problem and walked into the second one. I personally don't agree with the whole everyone has infinite THP thing. Like, some of the scariest shit, at least for the way we've played it, is when you have downtime between fights and your temp HP starts dissipating, because then you do actually get one-shot by everything. In combat, you can actually afford to take the occasional stab from diaper rats and shit. So I think in normal combat situations, it actually works out reasonably well. In that regard, they've nerfed THP recently. Like, how recently? Sorry. Because I mean, like, when we were doing the duo run, for example. All the generator towns give much less now, I believe. Huh. Oh, yeah, I remember reading that on the patch. That was pretty recent. Yeah, I haven't played enough since the recent patches, so I have no idea what we're currently looking like. Like 4 or 5 months ago. Yeah, I remember reading about it, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's fine. But like I said, I think some of the scarier shit is when you're running out of temp HP between fights. Even when we got a ton more temp HP, you're basically on max during combat, in theory. And that's fine because it allows you to take the occasional stab, it lets you build up to an occasional misplay, but then the fact that between fights, if the game decides to not spawn enough for you, or just nothing happens for a while, you go back down to whatever your actual HP was. And then when the next fight starts, there's this very scary period where you have to build up temp HP again from whatever the fuck your actual HP was. And if you get stabbed during that time, you very, very likely just fucking die. Which is very, well, scary, obviously. So I think that part is the part I don't really like. The in-combat part I'm fine with. Like, the fact that in combat you generate a lot of HP is okay in my opinion, because it does allow those small mistakes, but at the same time, with damage output being so high even from regular horde enemies, you cannot afford to fuck up more than make the occasional mistake here and there. If you like get hit by multiple enemies in a horde, you still die from full HP even with high temp HP. But if it's just one diaper rat stabbing you here and there while you're still generating temp HP, it works out pretty well overall, I think. But yeah, even aside from the one-shotting thing, I feel like as long as the one-shots come from shit like overheads, like from Crusher overheads or Chaos Warrior overheads or Executioner or whatever, I think that's overall fine. It does lead to those odd situations where you didn't really fuck up that much. Like, they targeted your ally and you happen to walk into where your ally was or something and you just die from it. That happens sometimes, or you don't hear the overhead coming, or like the enemy decides to not make noise or whatever, right? Like, there are situations where you sometimes die a little bit unfairly or in a way that feels a little bit mean. So I don't mind those one-shots very much. Or rather, like, the unfair ones I feel like are a little awkward, but like that's kind of more an unfortunate circumstance of the combat happening all around you, so I think that's fine overall. It's just the, I don't know. I generally, although very high Havoc has recently put a bit of a dampener on that, but I generally don't like how in Darktide I can kinda just ignore the horde. Like, not literally, especially on some classes. And when you're trying to do something where you can't ignore the horde, then suddenly you feel like everything is terrible. Like if you're trying to do flamer shit as Psyker, and you are being occasionally just attacked from some random asshole from every angle, that interrupts you so much because you have to take care of it, because then their damage output really, really matters, and you do really feel it. But for normal combat-heavy classes, I feel like the horde is just essentially irrelevant. It's something you have to push through, but the good classes, at least the good melee classes, all tend to do pretty well at just pushing through that. You don't have to really block that much, you don't have to push attack very much. Like, it kind of simplifies the pure horde combat, which I find a little bit more disappointing. That being said, that's not really what makes me annoyed at Darktide sometimes. For me, it's really just the range shit that grinds my gears so hard. Be that the Jimmy is doing absurd damage, or just when a room has like 800 gunners spread across various bits of cover and you just have to play a cover shooter for a bit. Like, I simply don't play these games to play a cover shooter style, and the rest of the gameplay is so fast and fluid that entering this brick wall of a room that has gunners everywhere and you have to like peek out, take one out, okay, wait a second, peek out, take another one or two out, and so on and so forth. That feels like such a break from the normal gameplay in the worst possible way that I don't know, I really don't like it very much. Loner Zealot with Dueling Sword. It's hilarious how it invalidates all combat. Huh. I don't really go much for the Loner sort of shit. I do like Dueling Sword, not really because it's that OP or whatever, but it works well with how I've been using it mostly, which is to like delete elites, and it's definitely too strong at that, but I do like that at least on paper it's not great against Horde. If Horde was overall a threatening factor in Darktide, then Dueling Sword would in turn be almost fine. It's a little much, definitely, like especially the stab into stagger as a combo is just a little too absurd, like the stab into special. Especially with thrust, as I recently learned, being also a good thing on the fucking weapon. Like, that is a lot of damage output plus stagger on even crushers, which is definitely too much, but it is noticeably not great against Horde, which just doesn't really matter, because, again, Horde kind of just doesn't matter most of the time. So I think that's where it kind of falls apart. Like, I don't know. It's... eh. That being said, I think OP is always just... It's I have very much made this experience recently where when playing normal, just like Auric or Auric Maelstrom or whatever, you definitely notice how OP some things are. Like, Arbutus Shock Maul is crazy, crazy, crazy strong. The shotguns that Arbutus uses are fucking crazy strong. Dueling Sword is crazy strong. Like, you definitely feel like, okay, this is invalidating a lot of the game. But then as you're playing, like, High Havoc, it doesn't feel as OP anymore, because the game is basically pulling just as much bullshit. Now, that does still mean that the weapon is drastically overperforming in some aspects. It's just that the game overall is so bullshit that it doesn't feel as crazy in your hands. Like, you're just kinda... yeah, you have a nuke, but the game is also currently throwing nukes at you, so you're just like... I don't know. Like, you've both escalated to the extent that now, in comparison, it doesn't even feel that bad anymore. Just ignore the heavy special attack. The fact that it's left-click spam to hold off forts with infinite dodging as long as you get a weak spot hit is silly. Yeah, I have not tried the infinite dodge build yet. I don't really... yeah. That depends. I do feel like, again, even or especially the Horde fighting becomes less of a, or rather more. It becomes more of a problem on higher Havoc as things just become so much sturdier, especially when you get a couple of the defensive mods on the enemies where they start actually soaking damage. Then you can't just, like, left-click spam down the Horde as much. You still do a decent chunk of damage to them, and you do stagger them and push them around, and you can stay alive. But it essentially is just a defensive weapon at that point, with the one-shot potential and, like, the absurd damage potential overall of the heavy and or heavy plus special. So it's still very, very good, and the weakness isn't as pronounced as it maybe should be, but I do feel like it is harder to just left-click spam down a Horde on higher Havoc stuff, which it doesn't really mean that much, because the game is very obviously not designed around high Havoc, so it probably should be nerfed, but at the same time, if it does get nerfed, like, there are weapons that are pretty similar in theory and are not really that far away from performing almost just as well. We literally just got a new class that has a ton of fucking strength built into it and has some very, very good weapons. You just kind of have to, like, keep nerfing everything then, which in turn will make high Havoc almost unplayable unless you have a really sweaty 4-man stack that all know really well what they're doing. Like, it's a weird thing to balance overall, because it's such a complex mess of, like, some very powerful shit, some shit that's a little too weak, but also the game sometimes throws absurd shit at you, and if you don't have the really powerful shit, then you just don't win. Like, I don't know. I don't really feel as comfortable as, like, I've seen people on YouTube or in forums or whatever discussing, like, oh, this is OP, this is underpowered, this needs to be done that, this needs to be that. Like, underpowered, sure, we can probably agree on a lot of things that are just basically strictly worse than other options. That is definitely something that's alright, but at the end of the day, it is what you make of it, right? Like, it's a PvE game, it's a PvE co-op game, you gotta do what you think is good. If you don't enjoy, not saying you specifically, but like, as in, like, if the player enjoys using the strongest shit, and even in lower difficulties where it absolutely shreds everything, hey, let them have their power trip and power fantasy. If they want to challenge themselves, then let them use some of the underpowered shit in the higher difficulties and see if they can still do it. Like, I think that's ultimately mostly fine. I think the most important shit is that the game is stable, because especially when you're, like, I guess we were definitely doing outlier shit, but trying to do a Havoc, especially with a group of only 3 people, when it sometimes just crashes or the server ends as you're like 5 minutes away from finishing a mission or whatever, that shit is just unacceptable after how much of a grind and how long and hard it is to get to the fucking end of a mission like that. So I think that shit is, like, absolutely crucial and needs to fucking go. And at the end of the day, I think all classes should feel fun to play. Whether they're all OP in some way, I don't really give a shit about personally that much, because you do have to value that yourself a little bit, like what you actually want to do and what you find enjoyable. I am, like, fine with the balance on that, but yeah, don't remember what's what bragging rights for is difficulty, honestly. I mean, do you get something particularly interesting from doing the high difficulty shit? Like, I guess we technically get resources and shit, but we're not really getting better or more resources for doing Havoc. So I don't know. But yeah, it does encourage people, if you dangle a resource or a reward or something in front of them, to actually do it, which is good and bad. It's good because then people might try some shit that they'd otherwise not try, but it is bad because then they might have to do some shit or force themselves to do some shit that's ultimately not as enjoyable. Like, I always feel a little bad about Art, because Art is not a gamer that wants to do, like, the highest difficulty shit, the challenge shit or whatever. Art is perfectly fine just chilling on whatever difficulty and having a good time. And yet, with Villy and me, we keep dragging him into the depths of hell, basically. And I wonder how much we're actually ruining his game sometimes, just for the sake of playing and co-op with us. So, like, I think in that regard, yeah, it would be a bit of a shame if people end up playing a difficulty or whatever they don't enjoy just for an in-game reward, but there is some degree, I think, of personal responsibility for that. Like, I used to not play Cataclysm and Vermintide because I thought it was stupid. Like, I was fine just doing legend stuff, even regardless of the rewards. I just thought it was, like, not really worth it. I was just not much of a tight gamer at that point anyway. Get to conflict of all sorts as an in-game confirmation for doing it, everyone will want it. If it's generally too hard for them, even if plenty of people are okay with it, some person will ask why they can't get the reward. That is breaching into a very, very bigger, very broader topic that, like, affects games in general. Because I think fundamentally that is a silly approach to say, I'm playing any, like, genuinely, let's disconnect from Darktide and say, hey, I'm getting a video game. And I say, everything in this game should be possibly easily attainable to me. Is that true or false? Is that a good or a bad approach? To me, that's a bad approach. I don't play a game and think, oh, I should be able to do the hardest things in the game, ideally without practicing or putting in that much effort. Like, if I play something like Crypt of the Necrodancer, I am not expecting going into that game, and even having played it for a bit, to do the hardest characters and the hardest challenges in that game. If there is stuff that's only for the hardcore cracks that play that shit for thousands of hours, I am okay with that, personally. And the same for multiplayer games, right? I don't think every single player should just get the highest rank in a ranking system, or should just get to beat the games that they play at highest difficulty. If you choose the highest difficulty and the most challenging shit, then you should accept that maybe you'd lose and maybe you can't beat that. And I think personally that that's absolutely fine. And to me, it's a little entitled to play a game and say, oh, I should just be able to beat it at the highest difficulty. Like, that's not really a guarantee, in my mind, anyway. People still have it otherwise to want to respect that, especially in the era of mastery programs. Yeah, I'm not saying that they have to, like, not really cave to that, but at the same time, I don't know how you would cater to that for such a niche, at the end of the day, kind of game series anyway. It's not like Darktide and Vermintide are, like, massive, I don't know, Fortnite level or League level or whatever games. And really, there's also, speaking of those two games, there's also the same issue, right? Like, I don't think a League player, even though that's a massively popular game that people play, expects or is expected to reach the highest ranks. They'll all try and they'll all climb, and in their own mind, it's always their teammates holding them back. But people don't necessarily expect that shit, and I don't think there's much of a problem with it when you can set the difficulty yourself. I personally think the issue usually comes up in discussions about games like the Souls games, obviously, because they don't have a visible, noticeable difficulty slider or difficulty selector. If those games had easy, medium, and hard, and people couldn't beat hard, there would be a lot of people that would be fine with that and not really complain about it. And I think in that regard, stuff like the Tide games do it relatively well, because they have very obvious difficulty selections, and if you simply cannot do the highest difficulty, you can blame billions of factors for that, and keep your ego intact and fine. You can hold on to your beliefs that it's always your team holding you back or whatever, but I don't think it's that critical of a flaw with a series like this. I think it's more of an issue for games that don't have a direct difficulty selector. But yeah, at the end of the day, that's a much broader and bigger discussion than just the Tide games, and in my opinion, should probably not even really factor much into the balance of those games anyway. Like, I don't think these games are big enough to really change the gaming landscape, and they just kinda, in my opinion, should try to do what makes most of their audience happiest. And I think overall, the Tide games have established enough of a, like, sweaty audience that having the hard shit be so hard that not everyone can attain it is probably fine. I don't think everybody that played Vermintide has completed all the campaigns on Cataclysm, or even just one campaign or whatever. And I don't think Darktide should seek to make itself so playable that everyone has Havoc 40 cleared, especially with Havoc being this explicitly separate from the normal difficulty extra endgame challenge. So I think it's ultimately fine to not cave and just say, no, if it's too hard, then it's just too hard, and that's fine. But yeah, I mean, who knows? At the end of the day, that is not a decision for me to make. That's not one I have to make, or that I should even really be too concerned with, because that's for the devs to decide what they want to do with it. Okay, I'm gonna go grab a drink, and then we shall do some Hollow Knight BRB. Book time. Hell yeah. Okay. Belt. Disappear. So, I was thinking that we should probably cave and adjust our build a little bit for this fight. I have not played this since Tuesday? Was it? I think it was. So, we are still on the same dumbass floating, sword throwing, shield having boss, which is a pain in the ass. And I think this is our build. So to explain, we might have Grub Song, which sounds stupid given that we might end up no-hitting this guy, so why Grub Song? Well, because if you have Grub Song and you have the Weaverlings with you, they actually earn soul for you whenever they hit enemies. So the idea is I try to stay alive, and if I'm staying alive near the boss, then I occasionally get some soul, and then I can eventually maybe just spell him to death. Because ironically, his shields are pretty bad at dodging spells, or blocking spells rather. Now, the Weaverlings are pretty bad at hitting him and overall staying alive. Or staying on screen, rather, I should say. I don't have Mark of Pride, so my own range is a little lower. Oh, my shield isn't blocking the projectile, so I don't need to use the Dream Shield. Good to notice. In that case, we can probably run lower spell cost, so we can actually start doing some damage here and there. Because I was not doing a lot of damage there. Or I could do strength, so our hits are a little harder. No, I think we should go basically all in on spells. Let's see if that works out. I do still have Nailmaster in because I do think the special attacks are gonna be pretty critical here. But that we should have enough range to hit him here and there. I jumped into that, oops. Mark of Pride, the extra range charm, is really something you don't notice until it's gone. I don't notice much. Ah, fuck. I had to go back over to the left, but I used my double jump to line up the attack, so I didn't get to flee in time. I'm gonna try not attacking him for a bit and trying to just pay attention to how much the Weaverlings are actually accomplishing. I just jumped through him and missed, so it's not going particularly well. Okay, we got a couple of hits already. I hated him. Oh, I missed the platform. I thought it was a little offset to the left, but it's just on the exact same axis as the... or the exact same vertical line as the top platform. It's just a little wider, so I should dash right next to it. That was a little dicey. I hated his shield when I'm deciding to change directions. I could not see that sword, thank you again. Weavers haven't been able to do anything during this entire time now. Once they start falling off the platform and I have to actually stay away from the boss, it's pretty difficult to have them actually go and do shit. I'm gonna keep trying with them for a little bit longer before committing to the whole basically just charged attacks thing. I'm struggling to... I couldn't hear those spawn and I can't see them because they're spawn off screen, so... I missed the platform, but I wanted to... I didn't have a double... Wait, I did have a double jump, it just didn't jump when I pressed it. Very good, thank you. I missed. Okay. That is very close to the side of the small platforms. Not sure if dive is really worth it then. I feel like if he's right above one of these side platforms and I dive in exactly the right spot, it's probably very good. That is hard to arrange though. I'm just gonna play it very slow and steady. Just trying to stay above him so that the Weavers might hit him when they fall inadvertently. There's some nasty movement on his part. I fucking am slow. Oh, really? What a snipe. He charged me so fast with the shield in the perfect spot that I couldn't even fucking D-dork to get out of there. Oh, I fucking hate those fights so fucking much. We're gonna be here for another like 2 hours or something on this. I love fighting shit that I cannot see. Oops. Hit kill me. Ah, fuck it. No less characters. Let's go. I wanted to jump up to nuke him with my spell, but then he started coming down towards me in that exact moment, so instead of me getting to damage him with my spell, he instead floated towards me and killed me. Very good. He is walling me very hard right now.
They are mine.
Oh, he spawned the second shield. That was from Weaverling damage, that's funny. My Weaverlings are hitting him over there every now and then. Can I be here and do this? Ah, fuck. I mean... Ah, fuck, I thought I had one more cycle before I had to jump over it. I couldn't quite tell where it was. Miscalculated. That was probably pretty close to killing him. I think when we're at that point where we're just repeatedly nuking him with Howling Wraiths, he is going to die pretty quickly as long as we can get a couple of good hits in a row. That should do a fucking metric shit ton of damage. He happened to charge into my direction at that exact fucking point in time. I don't know why I'm staying in tilted. I do find it. How did they miss that? I do find it very sad that the Spirit Shield doesn't actually work here, or the Dream Shield. Given the fact that he is also using a Dream Shield, this feels like the perfect fight for it to be relevant in some way. And it's not like it's an otherwise particularly good charm in most situations. I couldn't tell where that was, and I saw it too late above me. Whoa. He is so good at just randomly deciding, I am charging you now, out of basically complete nowhere. He's chilling bottom left for such a long time. I tried to line up for Descending Dark on him while he's down there. In that exact moment, he fucking hit. Look at that! He's moving perfectly to intercept me the entire fucking fight. I tried to get away, then I tried to pass over to the other side and get a fucking hit in, and he just perfectly happens to maneuver through what I can only assume is sheer RNG in the absolute perfect spots to deny me. I had no out there. Actually, I could have dashed. I forgot that my dash was invincible. Okay, that's not very good because it knocks him far away very quickly. Got it. Just wanted to try that while I had what felt like a decent situation. I was too slow to recognize them. had no way of seeing that. Fantastic. I am bad. I touched the wall first, so my dash went to the right. I just wanted to dash into the wall to make sure I am close enough for a fucking wall jump. But I had apparently already touched the wall. Which in turn gives me a dash into him for immediate death. He spawned that irregularly. I hate it. I put myself into a bit of a checkmate situation there, that was not smart. I thought he was already further away with the shield. I thought I was in a rush to get up there. Not sure how much the Weaver is actually doing for me. I didn't see the shield. I was too distracted by everything else. Oh, I'd already detached faster. I thought I had a little bit more time. I find it impossible to keep track of how much soul I'm getting from the Weaver specifically and if it's worth having them or if I should equip other shit. I am sad. But yeah, I forgot that his head is not a hitbox essentially. Fuck you. Great Slash has such a massive hitbox, but then his head is so empty that it's not a hitbox, so I keep attacking, thinking I'm gonna hit, and then I start not hitting and dying. I am being fucking chased down. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that in that situation. I guess just not attack. We have second shield. I am so lucky that he didn't kill me there. The shields had not started moving yet. I couldn't see that. I only saw the one to the left of me. Yeah, okay. So that is essentially the strategy. We just farm to full soul with this charm active, like with the Shaman Stone, and then if we ever manage to survive until he does a spin cycle, we just fucking nuke him from orbit. Or from the side of the screen, which is not quite the same, but it sounds cooler. I am dead. God damn it. I thought I could hit him and knock him back far enough away, but again, I forgot that his head is completely devoid of any sort of content that could be damaged. So hitting his head is not actually a thing. I could only notice out of the corner of my eye, oh yeah, there's a sword somewhere to the right of me, and I thought surely this angle is fine, but nope, it was perfectly aligned to snipe me on this very angle. Very good. I don't know why I went for them. I don't need to be that greedy, probably. I did have a little bit of soul spare when I just killed him, so I probably can afford to spend a little bit on the first test, and maybe I should be a little greedy early on the road. Bro, you did not need to spawn in the bottom left at that exact angle while the shield is also in that exact position to cut me off with him moving in the exact position to cut me off, please. Bro, he fucking moved to the right again. He stopped moving to the top left, and then as I approach to slap him, he starts dashing to the right, basically directly into me. I hate that so much. Oh look, he's moving literally in the opposite direction from me. Why didn't he do that when it was actually helpful? Weird. I couldn't quite tell where the sword spawned. I knew one spawned to the left of me, so I decided to jump to the left to make it a little easier to avoid, because if it spawns to the bottom left or something and I go top right like I was going to, I instead fucking die because it'll have the perfect angle to snipe me. Can you stop fucking walling me? I'm gonna just play it safe for good. That angle. I didn't see that. I thought it was the sword that was flying away from me from before. It had the exact same angle, so I just saw out of the corner of my eye, oh, there's a sword there, but I thought that was the one that was already leaving. Oh. Literally not tell what that was. Had to purely guess. I'm not gonna go for that actually. You fucking bastard! He was going to the fucking other direction, then he summoned a second shield and decided to go into the complete opposite direction, directly to the platform that I was going for. Oh, you fucking sack of garbage. Yeah, okay, dude. I'm probably just gonna keep doing YOLO shit like that at the start of the fight, because it doesn't really matter at all. Whether it takes like 50 attempts where I'm very slow, or 100 attempts where I'm trying much faster, like being a little greedier. Essentially the same shit.
Bill, mine.
I can't go for that. I wanted to be a little close so my minions can maybe attack him. You are so kidding me! With these motherfucking spawns, dude! I mean...
Bill, mine.
I didn't jump onto the platform, got a wall jump and instantly fucking died. Oh, dude, the fact that he can summon the swords where you are currently going with like pixels away from your current location and trajectory is fucking stupid, I'm sorry. It's genuinely just fucking terrible design. Right without a dot angle. He's in a pretty bad spot as well. He's right above the cliff. Like above the abyss.
Lay off, mine.
You fucking what? That goes so far. My goddamn spell went the wrong way. I fucking shit on Sale. How was he not dead? I shot so many fucking projectiles into him. I thought that would already fire. I wish there's a different sound between the projectiles spawning and launching, by the way, because that becomes a little muddy sometimes. Which is, like, it's not necessary or anything, it's just, it would be nice, and there's no reason not to have it in my opinion, rather than just it being the sound the entire fucking time, throughout the entire fucking fight. Sure. I thought it was still closer to him. That is hard to judge when you don't see him. Weird how that works. I tried to charge another attack, it didn't come out in time. I need to trust myself. I thought it was far enough that I can just jump in there, but then I was like, last couple of times I was completely off with my estimation. So let's stay a little bit further away. And then turns out, nope, that was exactly the wrong thing to do. I double jumped, but it didn't come out on the first button press, and then I had to press again, and then it was too late. Well, I had another good hit there. You are fucking joking. No thoughts at empty. Surprised he hasn't in phase 2, yeah. You are joking. That chase down into a sword perfectly where I was going. Frames before it even fucking appeared. Or rather, frames before I would guaranteed hit it. You fucking absolute sack of garbage of an enemy design. I fucking hate you. If only it was prediction. That's what pisses me off so much. If he was consistently like chasing me down or tracking my movement with something, or if the sword spawned like specifically directly in my path, so every time I predict one spawning I'd have to adjust my course a little bit and chart around it, then that would be consistent and playable. That would be hard, but at least you could try and figure it out, rather than, oh, you just got fucking unlucky. Also, I know that's not what you meant, I'm just venting, sorry. I don't mean to, be rude.
Veil mine. Veil mine.
How am I supposed to know where that fucking thing is? You can't just spawn that many that fast in the fucking wall, or I have to purely guess where you might have fucking spawned it. It's not literally off-screen, he can't actually spawn them off-screen. It's that these pillars at the sides are impassable, but still in the foreground, so they spawn behind the pillars. At least that's what I think. I might be wrong. I'm pretty confident that's what happens. Because I think I've seen a couple instances of them like even sticking out of the pillars slightly. But it's kinda hard to track, and they're also hard to see in general, so... There we go, get fucked, idiot, never again. Yeah, trying to do holding raids and dive and shit was a fucking stupid idea. Those are a little too situational for this fight. God damn it, chair, not now! Fucking pissed. get out of here, all these charms that I'm never using again, probably. Okay. Alright, Turtle, good timing. You missed a quantity of angry whinging, but you've probably heard enough last time. Okay, what are we doing? Next Dreamer, bullshit guy. Oh, I remember this fight. This fight should not be as bad, unless I did something very silly during the Ascended version. There's a ledge on that platform there, you can walk off. Ah, I got hit by the sword on the way up. Am I not overcharged? Or overcharmed? I don't see the purple bar and I didn't take double damage from that. Oh wait, he probably only does 1 damage because it's the base version. So I did just take double damage, it's probably just not the visual. Yeah, we don't have the purple overturned visual, I don't know when. Oh, they did do something a little silly with the platforms, huh? I jumped into it. That is pretty good at tracking, I gotta admit. These track way better than I expected. They don't feel that bad usually when you fight them for the first time and fight them normally. So this might actually be a lot harder than I expected. Oh, please, sir. How far did I go? Whoa, pretty far. I don't think I could have gone around that. Maybe I could have reached the side of the leftmost platform. I didn't know where it was, because obviously the arena is so big that you can't have all of it on camera. That would be too easy if we could actually see what the boss is doing. I need to ideally get a little better at... The fact that he can reuse the same sword while it's still in a completely different spot is fucking toxic. Oh, that might be how he got that much range in the previous attempt. I didn't have anywhere to go. I could have dashed to the right, but it was also pretty all-in. But that was definitely my only place, I think. I didn't want to go left because I felt like the returning sword was gonna kill me. Oh, whoops. I'm surprised that doesn't happen earlier. I had a lot of very, very, very close calls with me almost touching him or swords. Oops. I forgot about the knockback. I was gonna just go to the right around the sword. I need to save my soul for a second phase, probably. This is probably gonna be another one of those where it's gonna be important to just burn him down as quickly as possible. I could have played it safer there. That was avoidable in this swing swing. I swung a little too late, otherwise the knockback would have saved me. Oh, come on, I missed the second swing. can probably charge an attack during this. I mean, I shouldn't have missed, I guess. Oh, goddammit, I double jumped at the wrong time. I could have dove there as a panic. Yeah, that has a bit of startup, I don't know. I would have needed to do that immediately. And I thought it was gonna be fine from the sword. Local cube needs to stop fucking missing, that would be helpful. Damn it, local cube. Please let me just press confirm to retry boss fights. Don't make me awkwardly wait and awkwardly press up, but not too often, because otherwise I'll change the difficulty and have to kill myself and then redo. Why? I forgot that it was gonna come back at that angle. I should have just kept going. I was gonna just chill until they came back, so I stopped thinking about that and was just looking for the next attack. I need to stop missing, please. It was pretty hard though to time match it right then, especially since I don't get to know in advance where he is and what that's gonna look like exactly. That was a little spicy. I didn't land on the platform, for fuck's sake. Suck. Oh, suck. Yeah. I needed to make up my mind sooner there, and then I wanted to dash to the right, but my fingers were too slow. So I dashed left, directly into the projectile. Let's fucking go. Right, nose shot. Welcome to more funny sound simulator. Thank you. Why fucking I'm too greedy. I was trying to upswing him there, and I think the knockback would have pushed me down quickly enough to avoid the sword. But I missed, so I did. Oh yeah, also, hello turtle. I don't think I said. I was just commenting on you arriving at the right time. Ah, goddammit. Hope everybody is having a great old day. Very varied stream today. From Street Fighter to Red Game to Hollow Knight. I wasn't looking at my character, I was trying to track what the boss was doing, and I thought I was on the platform. That was very close, to be fair. That looked like exactly on the edge. Yes, sir. I wonder if I should dodge, like dash more through this. It's probably gonna make it fairly consistent to not be in their path. Ah, that is so good at tracking. I keep... If I'm slightly off on when exactly he throws it, and I'm already running in the wrong direction or something, it's very easy to get it there, because they really do wait until the very last moment when they start... when they pick their spot. How am I... I mean... I guess I need to pay more active attention to where I'm on this platform. I keep trying to mostly just navigate out of the corner of my eye because I wanna keep track of what the boss is doing. Ah, it went vertical first. I looked at the angle that it flew in from and I figured, I can be right above that if I just spam my spell here, that's fine. But then when it went vertical, the thing obviously became taller and hit me on the way. Why did that go vertical immediately? Look, these don't always go vertical before they return. In fact, they usually stay at their exact angle. So that's why I would assume that would happen, huh? I wasn't just being an idiot, making silly assumptions, that's what the game usually does. I guess except in that situation. Whoa. Why does that go high so much instead of returning directly to him? He's not even anywhere there. It's going to the top of the screen first and then going back to him. What the fuck? I am greedy. Hello, dog. Welcome to Cube is angry the stream. Nothing particularly new. Actually, I'm less angry, I'm more a little annoyed at this point. The angry part is over, thankfully. We've been through the worst and we're back stronger than ever, I guess. I guess I just have to always hard respect the retrieval path and just assume that I'm gonna have to actually dodge. Whoa! Yeah, it's so hard to predict where the fuck that's going. I think that one was actually predictable, I'm just bad. Like, that one was going to the right of him, so that angle actually made sense, unlike the previous ones. I should have seen that coming and dodged through it. God damn it. Whoa. Dude, some of these fucking voice lines are so desynced from when he actually throws them, it's very it's very disorienting. Oh, for fuck's sake. Wait, that counted. Good. Yeah, okay, we take those. I don't give a shit. Hello, Mamoru, sorry I'm drinking. Oh, you bounce from the ceiling, that's toxic. Ah, I'm bad. Said the same thing happened with North Kalyan. I'm surprised that didn't happen with the B-Knight. Or the Hive Knight, rather. Because the Hive Knight has that fucking rain of bees happening at the end, but then we got a little lucky, I think, with the attack pattern. The start is gonna kill me roughly 417 times on no hit right now. Afterwards it should be manageable in most circumstances, but the start is very fucking nasty because she's so fast when she goes. There we go, never mind, first try. Mamu? Who are you? Oh god, I am bad at those. Fuck. I mean, I shouldn't have jumped there, my bad. Suko. Fucking death. Okay, let's see what they did with the Ascended version. I imagine like half as many platforms, 470 spikes per room. Yeah, I was not wrong. I don't want to do that, what I just did there with the pogo when she's above the spikes. Because if she happens to teleport at that exact time, I am probably just dead. I mean... Like, see, I'm not gonna take more than one hit there. Yeah, okay. That part of the map was such a trap. Yeah, I don't want to try and pogo on them. I think that is just asking for them to teleport out and killing me immediately. That was a great start. I could literally not even see that. Medusa head pattern help, please. There we go. Oh, lost it. It's a great effect. Okay, time to just first try this, no problem. I am almost already dead, very good. I went to the left of the platform, which meant I wasn't able to point right and dash as I had planned, and then I didn't have time to climb back up. Okay, let's real first try for try. Like, this is the real one I meant to say. This is the real first try. So we're still on for first try. Where the fuck did you spawn? All the way over here. You are kidding with that thing coming out of the wall at that exact moment. When? You missed some absolute bullshit with the Swords of Markov spawning in the worst possible locations at the worst possible times. Like, literally pixels away from me, frames away from me reaching the platform that I had to stand on, and then like, hey look, here's a sword, die. There was a lot of angry cube going on. I'm surprised I went for that. I wanted to unspell. Hello, please. No, I fucked that so hard. I couldn't find a good opportunity to go over to the right side of the projectile. God damn it. Wait, where are you? I heard you to the bottom left. You're cheating. Oh, that's Watcher Knight coming up after. Interesting. I mean... what do you want me to do? What's the guy supposed to do? Not go for the hits? It's a no get hit attempt, not a no hit the enemy attempt, so I gotta go for those. There we go. Magic cheeses everything as always. Alright, Watcher Knights, let's see how this goes. Oh, I forgot that I have to actually get away from them. So how much can I abuse the Dark in this fight? Probably a ton. It's probably just gonna be a lot of magic abuse in general as always. I'm a little bit curious what they're gonna do for the Ascended version. Maybe that's just like 10 more of them or something. Okay. Mini still sound from Kirby. I've never played a Kirby game, I'm sorry. Just know Kirby has pretty good music here and there. I'm terrible. Okay, you definitely have more stats. I need to stop getting hit by that basic bitch fucking swing attack. If I get hit because there's two of them cornering me or whatever, I'm okay with that. That's actually difficult to deal with, but that fucking regular swing keeps hitting me and I'm not okay with it. I don't like you guys rolling backwards. I think it's a bad addition to the game. Ah, you bounced so far off the wall. Oh, he died. Let's go. Look, man. Ah, he bounced so far though. Fair enough. That was almost no hit for what it's worth. Like, we got it very early on twice for absolutely no reason, and then we did like 4 of them in a row without getting hit, which bodes well for the actual no hit stuff. Why roll backwards? Why is that a move you can do? Fuck you. I am bad at games. Alright, it's not over. Not the greatest spot. It's just a tribute. I don't know where to throw those up. Terrible choice, I could have just jumped. Why? I couldn't tell that he was bouncing because both of them were overlapping and there was something in the foreground and I was climbing. Ugh. Okay, let's lock the fuck in on just a those. Okay, I can't extend that because if he decides to start swinging, he swings too early. Bro, stop being stuck or doing this weird in-place roll, that's cheating. I don't know why I tried to jump so low. Bro, your fake roll bullshit needs to stop. Why the button? I am bad. I really don't need to limit test that much. I have enough of a strategy against them, I could just play safe. I keep trying to push the envelope on how late I can afford to get away from that guy. Or just get away from them in general whenever they're doing the slashes. Why, I thought you were rolling backwards. Didn't he move backwards for a moment there? God damn it. Why am I murdering myself in this manner? I thought he was also doing the bouncing one, I couldn't quite say him. I am annoyed that I'm struggling with this fight. It's mostly just me being fucking impatient and greedy, but that's just how I am and I'll just have to deal with it, so that's not really going away. I think speedrunners usually have practice this enough to kill him pretty consistently. Kind of. Also, in the normal game, they're so weak that you can just... He had to do the move that moves him backwards at the startup. I guess that's why I got baited the other time, because the roll startup always moves him backwards a little bit. Ay! But yeah, normally when you're doing them in the normal campaign, you are able to kill them much more quickly, because between your fake ass rolling shenanigans and your magic powers, I need to focus, but I'm yapping because I'm fucking stupid. Anyway, normally you're just between being able to just swing your nail occasionally, but also more importantly using spells with Shaman Stone against them and they're relatively low HP, you kill them really quickly. I need to not do that if I want to cross social jump over them. And even if it turns out that they want to do something unfortunate like jump, I can always just dash. Dude, this fucking fake roll shit needs to stop. Oops. Fuck you, you piece of shit. They used to not be able to roll backwards, they patched that in at some point, and the back rolling I think is toxic, and the fact that they fucking sometimes fake roll and not actually go anywhere I think is a bug. At least it looks very buggy. Because it looks like they're trying to roll forwards and then just get clipped on the terrain somewhere. Like in this sort of corner here. I mean... Guy on the right rolled backwards, I saw him roll and was like, okay, it's time. But then he decided to fake me out, what did I could? Oh, there's another one. Throw it on. I forgot that he swings twice. God damn it, I was mentally elsewhere. I was genuinely wandering off. I was thinking about a Super Mario 64 speedrunning video I'd watched today. Because I was just like, yeah, okay, I'll just swing weapon at enemies and move on with life. But it was not quite time to go that far away mentally. I thought I was far enough away for some reason. I tried to dodge to the left, but it didn't fucking accept my left input in time. Could really not tell what was going on there, but... I should have googled the thing about screen shake and effect intensity that we were talking about last stream, because I still don't have those options for some reason. And it would be fucking lovely for the screen to not be literally illegible whenever one of these fucking does something or dies or whatever. Especially when one dies and a new one shows up, it's so fucking difficult to tell what's going on. I almost forgot that he swings twice. How? Just... I pressed the fucking menu button instead of dodge. It might be over for me. This might be the end, Cube. We had a good run. Yeah, look at that. That looked like he bugged out rather than it being a backwards roll or a fake roll or something. I am bad. I should dash instead of yap. You know what the issue is? Is that between high attack speed and high attack damage, it's so tempting to just sit here and swing at them. Like, whenever you have an enemy like this where you can just go bam, 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 and then bam, 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 like, it feels so good to just swipe, 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 swipe. Why am I wasting my mana on a solo dude? I am fucking trash. You bounced into a different continent! What the fuck? It's in the Hollow Knight data config INI file in the install directory. Why is it not in the options? What the fuck? We'll give it a try at some point. Yeah, I did notice that it's capped at a very, very high number. I'm okay with it because, fuck me. Because it doesn't need that many resources or anything, so I think I'm fine with the frame rate. But yeah, I'll probably should check out the INI for the actual settings. You bounced so far, son, what the fuck? I am trash. Grinchik is a multiplier. What if it goes above 1, huh? That is a little scary. Okay, now to no-hit those. I wonder if I can keep my brain in my cranium for long enough to actually do those. Because goddamn, I've been struggling with focus. Why do I dash through the... Oh, I couldn't hear the second one and it went off screen because I had to move to the left, so my camera panned to the left. Hate you, game! Why do you not prioritize keeping the enemies on the screen rather than fucking, oh, he's moving left, let's get rid of the enemies, it's funny, lol, you can't see shit, XD, got him, he died, lol, very cool. Fuck it, let's over this one here then. I needed to be a little faster there. Fuck, I hate that so much though. Like, in the normal game, sure, it's mostly a platformer rather than a boss fight thingy, but you're doing the boss fight segment. Come on, man, give us camera. Like, just give me visibility. Just let me see what the fuck the enemy is doing. Hiding what the enemy is doing because the camera is literally moving away from the enemy is artificial difficulty in some of the worst fucking way. They also didn't have an audio cue because again the other guy was also rolling, so the audio from the right side was already saying roll because of the other guy. So I don't know. Ugh. Ay, ay, ay. You really tried to do it to me. Why? He bounced so far! He came from full screen! How does he still have momentum to fucking bounce? What is the fucking logic? Come on, man. I didn't need to die there, that was just being greedy. I could have played it safer, but I was already like, I'm like 90% tilted anyway if I could. I couldn't see that this guy was swinging because he was behind the other guy so perfectly that I couldn't quite tell his model had turned around. I could have maybe guessed from the specific sword movement, but that is a lot to ask in a situation like that. I was watching the guy on the left, reacted to him, and realized too late that the guy on the right did a low roll at the exact fucking time, so I couldn't just dash there and needed to jump under the jumping guy. Or dash through the running guy. Oh, that reached. Unlucky. That was my greed. This is entirely post-story boss rush stuff. Technically, if you do not this, but the actual, like... how do I best describe it? There is, like, curated boss rush stuff. This is just, like, an individual boss refight thing with optional harder modes, including a no-hit mode. There is, like, 5 different pre-made boss rushes that lead to some endings, depending on... some context. Like, there's 2 more endings you can get through the actual boss rushes, but generally speaking, this is what I'm currently doing. post-game refight all the bosses in harder with no-hit challenge. And completely optional. I mean, you had to do the jump there, right? Like, you literally had to just do that in that exact one fucking moment, where I could maybe hope to, possibly, slightly maybe escape. Thank you, game. Love that. I could have maybe immediately dashed off the wall to get out of there. The wall bounces are nasty, I'm not a fan. They feel a little hard to predict. I couldn't afford to shoot there, even a single time. I needed to continue playing defense until the game gives me a little bit of good RNG. I decided to gamble it on not getting the worst RNG imaginable, and I got the worst RNG imaginable instead. My bad. Sorry, I should have played it until slightly not the worst RNG imaginable. Also worth mentioning is that I think this is also... Where do I start? I think this game is fantastic. I really like this game. But I think it has some flaws in its combat design, especially some bosses that usually don't really show themselves unless you push the game in this sort of way, where like every visual cue actually matters, where getting hit once by something a little unfortunate immediately ends your attempt. At that point, it starts breaking a little at the seams. It feels like it's not designed for that. Most of these issues that I'm complaining about, like the awkward camera or the fact that you can't always tell all the tells or whatever, and that sometimes shit spawns in an unfortunate spot, that doesn't really matter in the base game, because you can be like strong enough relative to the fights that you basically just mitigate these issues by virtue of it not mattering so much. If I'm not doing a no-hit run, basically, it's fine if something slightly unfortunate happens and I get hit to... Still my fault, but like very unfortunate or very like nasty difficulty spikes. Because I can heal, I can tank it and continue fighting. Like there's enough there that mitigates it to the point where in my opinion it's not really a problem. It's just when you push it to this sort of degree where it becomes a little more problematic. I couldn't tell. I mean... Okay. So it's fine in the vast majority of circumstances, but if you push it to the sort of, let's broadly say extreme, it's not even that extreme, you could make this way harder, but if you're pushing it into this direction, you run into issues with some of the design and some of the, like, especially visual clarity, like I've been yapping on about, and also a little bit of RNG. Some enemies are not particularly well predictable and shit, and you kinda need that if you're trying to do a... I need to actually learn this fight, although maybe I don't really need to pay attention to the non-dream version. Okay, I need to be far enough away that I don't get it by then. But yeah, under normal circumstances it's not a big deal at all. The game isn't particularly easy, to be fair. I think there are a lot of people that have trouble with this game. So it's not like, oh, the base game is just completely free, so it doesn't matter at all. It definitely does matter a little bit, but it matters a lot less. This guy has a harder version in the game that we're gonna be fighting after this, so this first one I'm not really particularly worried about. The second one I am a lot worried about, although when we did that for the story it was actually surprisingly fine. I got a cheeky hit in there, very nice. You can do this as well, which knocks him out of the ground, giving you a couple of hits. Whoa, that hit me! I am bad. I thought the hit knockback was gonna be enough to push me out of range. I was a little closer than I wanted to be, but yeah, it's still pretty tricky. Wow, I thought I was gonna hit that with the swing there. And I guess the hitbox above my head wasn't big enough. Needed to actually avoid it. Fair enough. How's the audio, by the way? I did turn down the volume a little bit after the Rain World stream yesterday, so I hope it's broadly fine. But this fight is very loud, like his voice lines are pretty loud and the music is loud. So I'm worried that it's maybe not so cool on stream. Why? I'm too close. Too blue. Get two hits, I mean, very nice. I think I'm far enough away, I didn't think he dive right back onto me there. He did a little back and forth wiggle, so I thought he was done. Ugh. He has been doing that a lot since we did a no-hit version, right? Like, goddamn. I feel like in any of the attempts previously, he didn't actively tunnel below me to dig up, and it's just about the fucking projectiles. What? Did he get stuck there? What was that? But yeah, so he has a dream version, so like a harder version, and I haven't fought that one too much. I'm not particularly good at that fight, so we'll have to figure out how well we go. I wanted to avoid the fucking gun projectile coming down. Ah, right, he does the shock wave nowadays sometimes. I don't know yet under which circumstances. Oh, that goes full screen. I thought I just had to go for another one. I pushed myself into the projectile. Oh, we're done. Close. That was the base version. Let's see what they did with the Ascended. Probably just more health and damage. Wow. Okay, how was I am bad. There's a reason I'm trying to stay so far away from him. It's that during this phase where he's hopping around and occasionally throwing these dung balls and shit, he can do that shockwave thingy, so I found in the normal story playthrough that I sometimes randomly just get hit by what feels like pretty much an unavoidable claw attack like that, unless my reactions are godlike. So I tend to just try to stay away from him a little bit during this. Like here, he could have done the claw thing, so I wanted to keep my distance again. Same here, that one. And if I'm just close to him doing that, I think I just die basically. Hey, enjoy gaming, thanks for hanging out, thanks for joining. TY4GL. Best of GL for your gaming as well. Ah, he did the how do I even call that? Like the jump back up and down thingy rather than just the tunnel. Yeah, I thought it was just the tunnel, so let's take this. No, I didn't have my shade because I was trying to juggle him for longer. You can technically infinitely juggle him, I think. I've never done it, but it is possible, and if you can do it, it's probably the easiest way of killing him, I assume. I walked back into that, I'm I'm fucking stupid. My mind drifted away as well. Terrible. Okay, Alan. Let's give you another shot. Let's see if you behave this time. I fucking suck ass at reacting. I was trying to keep track of too many things at once. The projectiles aren't that hard to avoid most of the time, neither is him burrowing out of the ground. But combined, it's easy to lose track and make a silly mistake. I could just always run a little further away from him. I didn't get hit by that last. Hey, let's go. Progress. Oh, there we go. Sorted. Got a lot of good hits in there, didn't even need to abuse magic. Very nice. Okay, then we have this guy. Am I particularly worried about anything here? I'll probably just have to grind it out a little bit to get the hang of the tells and figure out consistent strats for some of these attacks. Figure out where it's a little too greedy maybe to attack him. The dive is gonna occasionally be a little challenging. This is another one of those bosses that feels so slow if you've done the dream version. I jumped into him, that was not smart. I jumped into that projectile, that was also not smart. Identifying intelligence with cube. Jumping into enemy, not smart. Jumping into projectile, also not smart. Today you've learned on the cube stream. Part of me refuses to believe that it wasn't Bango voice acting that part of the food. That is very much a— oh, he doesn't take me to a lower floor, he just fucking kills me. Very good. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother trying to get another hit in here and there. You can technically slap him while he does that. Ooh, that projectile's right down here. Hey there, wow, 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 this fucking is very much a Bango sound, if I've ever heard one, and I have heard quite a few. Let's see what they did with you. Did they do anything interesting, or is it just health and damage? I assume health and damage because there's a dream version of you which does interesting stuff. Guess I gotta double it if it is on. So, does he always start in the middle, or does he start on top of me? I think he starts on top of me. Yeah, looks like even the first one is already targeted at me. Oops. That was a good call. Okay, this should be pretty free in the non-dream version. The dream version is gonna have a couple extra tricks, so that's gonna make it a little bit more difficult. We're probably gonna need a couple attempts there. So I'm always gonna just take one hit there, I think, on no hit attempts. We're only gonna hear that at least 3 more times. More if I die. It's also very visible in the zone. Oh, I need to dodge there, okay. I was walking for so long, I thought it was gonna be fine. Oh, Sprint Master Charm probably allows you to just walk out of that, huh? I need to lock in so I don't have to fucking hear the yelling every fucking time. Okay, we need to win this fight, otherwise I'm probably gonna go insane. Because while that sound, that screaming is pretty funny to have that happen once or something during the campaign, maybe once on the refight or in the dream version or whatever, it's not exactly the sort of sound you want to hear long term every single attempt if you live. At least I don't. Okay, let's be ready earlier this time. Took 2 cycles, but we'll take those. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, baby. Okay. Let's do a little bit more and then I'm gonna call it a day. Ideally we finish this guy. Maybe we'll do one more fight after IF died. Oh yeah, right, we're not doing noise yet. Oh, I need to jump again. He runs a lot faster. Oh, dude. I thought you were running. Hey! How do I... What? How did that happen? I should stop being greedy and actually just fucking jump during the dive. I need to react to where he is and actually go right or left depending on that. For the other one we could just go left and right repeatedly. Also, goddamn, he doesn't do the screaming. Thank you so much. I forgot that Dream Warrior doesn't do that. Or Dream version doesn't do that either. I am bad. Well, I didn't expect that attack. I thought you were just summoning another every time. I might have gotten it there by the normal shockwave if you hadn't done the fake. Hey, bro, if you just teleport directly to the left on me, I'm gonna assume you're just gonna be doing the run. I hate it here. I am bad. Okay, fuck me. Okay, let's lock in. Let's play it slow and safe. Let's not get impatient. A little tricky. Yeah. That was not in my usual position for that. I thought he was gonna do a second pull back down like the first version was. Okay, he starts right away. Let's be ready. I dodged. Hello? I know apparently not how to consistently avoid that. That's a little scary. Maybe I should jump and dash. There's a bit of a shockwave on the ground. I think jump dash might be safer. I did the normal version again. I wish I could just quit out. Please. You missed. I'm standing still. That would have been incredible if that had also completely missed. I would have been very entertained. Alas. Okay. I'm gonna assume that it's mostly just extra damage and health. I'm gonna assume that about all of them until proven otherwise. Do the chain attack again that the normal version didn't do. Neat. I like the chain attack more than not having the chain attack. Yeah, let's do that more. That's fun. Well, I thought that was this one. I fucked up. Pressed the buttons in the wrong time, or in the wrong order. Ooh, okay, we wanna jump and dash. I walked into him. Wow, that was more homing than I expected. I thought the one on the left was gonna go away, so I drew him, but then I didn't, and then I didn't. Or it didn't, so I didn't. Could have D-Dork though. That might be a D-Dork spam situation, honestly, once that starts getting hectic. I'm a little miffed that I now have to do this again, because I think I'm essentially already at the point where I can no-hit this if I just fucking clutch up and get slightly better into the vehicles maybe. But mostly just not suck ass with the health. I couldn't tell that you were walking. I was convinced you were doing that, you cheeky motherfucker. I wonder if he can hit you if you touch him during the staggered phase. I hope I won't inadvertently find out during my no-hit attempt. I fucked up. Weird that he so rarely does that from the right. We've dealt with that attack like a dozen times from the left. Okay, time to fucking die immediately, let's go. I fucking suck ass. I don't know why I thought I could be greedy and do 3 spells there. I was kinda expecting him to fucking die at some point, but I didn't really hit him that much in the first cycle. So now we have to do the entire fucking boring ass fight over again. Yay. I am fucking bad. Kill me. Maybe he always did things from the right as well, and I just confirmation biased myself into thinking he hadn't hardly done any of them. I'm beyond stupid. It's actually impressive how fucking dense I am. Double dive fake, yay. Why he did the fucking 6 projectile thing in a chain of I summon individual projectiles. Don't bait me like that, dickhead. I'm impatient, I wanna hit you. I was also tilted already from having taken 2 completely pointless fucking hits. I'm bad. Yeah, my bad. Oh, I fucking missed my dash timing. Put myself into a bit of an awkward spot. It's so hard to stay fucking focused because 80% of this is so boring. What is wrong with me? Why? I ditched, yes. I dodged that like 15 times in a row earlier. I just... Okay. Wow, that was a fucking horribly placed jump. Why is this my stuff now? Why don't I just do the double hit like I usually do? Yeah. This This is a long ass projectile chain. He is still going. Brain, please. Let's just lock in for a little bit. You can do something more fun after this. I know you're fucking bored out of your mind. We can get through this, it's fine. I believe in you. Why am I choosing to do that? Let's just do that for safety. I hate you. That fucking gigabait. Teleport all the way to the right as though you're running into I shoot projectile, get fucked. Into teleport all the way to the left into oh I'm shooting projectile. Nah, get fucked, I'm actually running. Let's not think about that. Oh, if I get to hit him early enough, I get to 4 hits, very nice. What was the other attack? And now we do it again! Yay! this. These are some pretty nasty spawns I'm getting. I hate my life. I don't want to do this again, it is so tedious. I should have fucking D-Dark spawned them. I mean, sure. I forgot to do the dash because I'm mentally just completely in La La Land. Oh, fuck me. What's a little adrenaline among friends? I was so mentally in a fucking completely different universe. Oh man, I wasn't even trying to dodge that. I was like, yeah, I dodged away from his dive, that's fine. And then, I don't know. Same with this, like, I don't even realize that he's doing the fucking walk and that I should, like, jump over him and then hit him twice. I'm just like, yeah, fucking just on reaction, do whatever. There, that's what we're doing. I was looking at a Steam friend started playing a game message in the bottom right corner while that happened, like while he went into stagger state, and I thought I had died. because I wasn't actually looking at the game or paying attention enough to the game to recognize, no, you staggered and everything is fine. I wonder if that projectile could have killed me there. Or if the game was gonna make me vulnerable for that. I was too late, I thought it was done. I was trying to be min-maxi for when he spawns in the projectile phase, so I don't have to do that many cycles, so this can end at some point instead of just fucking playing it safe, locking in and making sure that it eventually actually ends. I dashed into him. I didn't even need to dash there, I'm just like doing whatever fingers decide is the right time to do whatever they want, basically. Okay, let's just try to lock in and get this over with. Projectiles. Run. Okay, that was close. Dice formation thingy, I don't know what to call that. Projectiles, but with awkward spawn into dive. Dive fake, okay. There was run, but I was not looking for it, so I didn't punish it properly. Dice thingy. Projectiles, bit of awkward spacing there, but still fine. Dive fake, who cares? Projectile spawn, not awkward start. Interrupt, so he's diving, okay. Run, we teleported in place, because why not? That's really nice. Guys, we do a hit and then we dash, that was awkwardly spaced, but we got away with it, because invincible dash is okay. Projectile spam. I pressed jump, but it was too early, I was still in the dash. God damn it, fucking kill me. I am so fucking not interested in this fight, man. Please, just let it end. I don't know why I did that. Well, I mean, it's pretty evident why I did that in the grand scheme of things, but on the small scale, I don't know what my hands were doing, thinking that was a good idea. I need to just do what I always do. Just do the thing that you've done like 100 times at this point. Just do the thing that works consistently, even if it's like not muscle memory or anything. But just do the right thing. I got baited. I was expecting more projectiles because he had done so many multi-projectiles in a row. So I was dashing to get there, and then I fucked myself for the dive. I think what's crushing my will to live so much in this fight is just how easy it is to die to some random bullshit if you're not playing carefully and patiently. Like, even as something as dumb as the I walk from left to right attack is very lethal if it catches you at the wrong time. Because he does actually run pretty fast. I don't know why I shot. But yeah, he does actually run pretty fast, so if he does that and you're not able to jump in time, or you don't have your dodge ready, like the shade cloak ready, it is very easy to die to that. And the projectile spam itself is very much fine. You can, in theory, get a lot of hits there every time he teleports, at least like sometimes. I am so impatient. I wanted to immediately just jump and hit him again to get out of there, even though that doesn't make any semblance of sense. But yeah, that's kind of almost illustrating the point a little bit. Basically, everything he does is very, 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 very manageable as long as you're playing it very safe. If you're willing to just never attack him, you basically shouldn't be getting hit by the vast majority of his stuff. And every time you do get hit, it's probably because you wanted to hit him at some point and he decided, no, actually I'm baiting you accidentally. Like him teleporting to the side like he was going to do a fucking run from left to right there, and instead does a projectile, but you're already dashing towards him thinking that, or like you're trying to jump because you think it's a run, but no, it's a projectile, or vice versa. Like those sort of little, almost accidental fake outs, or this one, where it looked like he could have just done the another normal projectile, because he does a lot of them in a chain sometimes, so sometimes he just does projectiles, and he does teleport to the same locations like his other attacks. So there's no easy way of telling, at least to my knowledge, whether he's doing a projectile or a normal attack. So as long as you're playing it safe, you're not going for the slightly more riskier, then you're just like very much willing to sit here forever and fight him forever. It's fine, you don't need to take these risks. He gives enough like guaranteed slow little chip away at him moments of doing damage to him that you don't need to try to hit him while he's doing projectiles. You can just stay in the middle of the screen and play it safe, and then basically no matter what he does, if it's a dive or if it's a run or something, you're always gonna be fine if you're just playing it slow and steady and safely in the middle of the screen. But then the fight also obviously takes a fucking eon, and you're gonna be fucking bored out of your mind most of the way through it. So the more you have that happen to you, the more you start taking more aggressive opportunities to try and interrupt him here and there, and try to hit him. Like, that was a fucking terrible attempt. I should have just fucking dodged, played it safe. But I got away with it. And you can get away with those. There are, in theory, a ton of little opportunities where you can attack him. But they're all unnecessary risks, and I am too distracted by myself in this case. I thought maybe talking through it would help me focus a little bit, because while I was shutting up I was just thinking about absolutely everything else. But yeah, if you're ever like slightly distracted, you will have to redo the entire fucking 8-hour fight over and over and over again, and it feels so fucking miserable, because he essentially only has like 3 things you're doing. And it just takes so long, and I don't know, I usually don't hate this fight this much, but also I usually don't fucking do God Home, so that might be a reason why. Like, this with more health and in no-hit or whatever is just so awkward. In normal game you can just take a couple more of these risks and it's fine, but for a no-hit run you don't want to take the risks, you want to play safe. Because greeting the 1 extra hit is not worth having to possibly reset over. But yeah, just look at the amount of time where I just stand here in the middle of the screen waiting to do something, then I do one reaction to one thing like that, and then we're back to waiting. Oh, still waiting. Oh, we're reacting to something. Hell yeah, we're doing something. Wow, and it's over, and we're reacting. Okay, and we're waiting. And we're reacting. Okay, and we're waiting. Like, that rhythm is just a little draining over time. I couldn't tell what he was doing there, and he has only, like, he doesn't have different audio cues for different attacks. It's just one generic attack audio cue for everything. So I couldn't have been able to tell if he was running or shooting or something. I am bad, I was running too far to the right. But yeah, like that. I wanted to run over to hit him because it looked like he was doing a chain of I teleport and shoot a projectile at you. He teleported to my right, shot a projectile, teleported top left, which is also the same spot where he does the fucking dice-shaped attack from, like the D6 attack from or whatever. And I thought I'll go hit him because he's doing the teleporting projectile shit, and he said, no, I am actually with the exact same audio cue, with the exact same tel, and basically the exact same distance. I am instead doing an attack that kills you for trying to run over here and hitting me. So I essentially shouldn't take the opportunity to run there and hit him, because even though that is on paper not a terrible choice, it is a slightly risky choice. It doesn't go wrong that often. But obviously you can't afford going wrong even a single fucking time in a no-hit run, so it's... Like there, I should never run over there when he's that far to the side to try and attack him. This time it would have been fine because he was still projectile spamming, but I essentially have to just let him run around and do shit while I'm sitting here literally waiting. Which just feels so ass, I don't know. I might just be extra impatient today, I've been streaming for a while. But yeah, find this very tedious. Another side thing is that you kind of don't want to be dodging, because if you dodge, you use your Shade Cloak, obviously. Which in turn means you don't have it available in case something unfortunate and panicky happens. So I can't really dodge after him when he does the projectile spam. Or at least I shouldn't be. Because with the Shade Cloak available, I can react to bad situations and still make it out. So I can give up my safety net to get an extra hit here and there. I was... yeah. Not mentally ready, because I was dashing and I was talking about something else and then something completely different happened that I didn't quite foresee, and it took me too long to switch from, hey, this is what you're talking about, to this is what you're saying, to this is what you're supposed to be doing. And I overloaded myself and just couldn't react in time. And so we are still here. In fucking purgatory with the Soul Master or Soul Tyrant, whatever. I usually find this fight really easy, and I think we've had enough runs that go very deep without me being it at all. That's pretty evident. Also, I keep fucking up now to very small things, because at this point my concentration is completely shot. He was going for so long there, even though he was getting it in between. I'm not doing that very cleanly. For some reason I unlearned how to do that, even though at the start of the session I was doing it pretty well. But brain is just thoroughly trying to do mush. I guess it works relatively consistently as long as I do that. It just feels a little uncomfortable because it's not what I want to be doing normally. Okay, maybe this time. Oh, what? That didn't hit the ground! Ah, goddammit. See, it's annoying me as well because I really like this phase. The homing projectiles are actually actively tricky to dodge, and it's dynamic because they spawn in various locations and shit. I would love to just do this over the course of the fight and not at the very tail end where I might die to some slightly unfortunate spawns that I don't perfectly respond to, or like that I don't perfectly predict. Because that is actually fun to dodge. These like little bullet hell sections where he just spawns and shoots one projectile, they don't really get to do that much most of the time, so it doesn't quite scratch the same itch. It would if he would just consistently do more of them. Oops, I accidentally let go of them too early. Like, if he just guaranteed did, like, a barrage of them every time he went into I teleport and shoot projectile shit, then I would have a little bit more fun with them. As is, I can't even really enjoy that, because at any time he could do something else and just punish me for trying to play a fun part of the game. So it's unfortunately not quite the same. So instead of enjoying the part that I find actually pretty cool, I sit there and think, oh god, I'm now gonna die too. Like, slightly doing the wrong thing, plus a little bit of bad RNG. Like, dodging those projectiles from all sides can actually be pretty tricky at various times, depending on where exactly he spawns. Also, we've been getting very unlucky and he's not spawning grounded, so my attack speed is like 80% lower, it feels like. See, that's why I didn't dare commit to the fireballs and punish him. Because that could happen where he just decides it's teleporting into runtime, and if I'm currently trying to punish him, then I'm not dying. I'm so out of it all I should. He fucking teleported all the way to the right, so I thought he was doing the run. Oh, and another fucking 10 minutes of my life down the drain. Love that. Yay. I, for some reason, pressed that. I'm deteriorating so fast, holy shit. I almost fucked it up. Oh, shit. It is such a scary way of doing this. I don't know why I unlearned over the course of this session how to do that. Maybe this time. it spawned right below me. Oh, thank fuck. I am so glad to be done with those. Couple of clutch moments there with the projectiles. But yeah, like, that's what I mean. That phase there at the end where there's projectiles spawning from all sides and they home very aggressively. That is pretty fun. You have to very dynamically dodge shit there and it's pretty difficult and tricky. But it's also, like, once you see them spawn, which is not that hard to accomplish, like, they're relatively visible. They are predictable in terms of how they behave afterwards. So you can actually dodge them pretty well, or like pretty consistently, I think. Oops, I've been like not focusing on this fight at all. Whoa, he went for. I thought he went a little bit less. His main phase is quite tedious, I agree. Yeah, the audio isn't really helping. The music for the fight is fine, but him just doing that shit is not great. As is so often the case, I just kinda wish we had better, more consistent audio cues. Because I'm a fan of having visual and audio cues, generally speaking. So what are they gonna do for the Ascended version? Give me 2 or something? Because this is a weird little fight that, in my opinion, isn't even really much of a boss. Now we're getting ads, right? That makes sense. Why? I didn't see that. Holy shit, I genuinely didn't pay enough attention. That is a not great color for this background for them to have. Oh, that went far. There, fuck you. Like, I just fucking dies. What? Alright, one last ride. Then we're done with this for now. I thought he was continuing to the left for some reason. I needed to, or I didn't need to take that risk. That was very dumb. Oh yeah, did you see earlier? We tried the Dream Shield on Markoth or whatever the fuck that dickhead's name was. And it does not actually block his swords, which is criminal in my opinion. Yeah. That was a very unfortunate one. That is pure sadness. I agree. I feel like that would be the perfect opportunity to give the fucking Dream Shield some value. But alas. Okay. Let's have a look. So we haven't done all of them. We've only done the ones that we've unlocked, obviously, but we've done every one that we've unlocked. How the current Radiant fights end with a splat. Yep. So how many is that? I know 3 of them are the Nail Sages and then Sly. I have been spoiled on that. I'm assuming the very last one is Absolute Radiance. I've heard about that. I know if Nosk has a different version and Mantis Lords. I didn't see a different version. I did see a different Nosk version over here. Oh, Mantis Lords, not Trader Lords. Yeah, okay, so it's Mantis Lord V2, it's Nosk V2, and then the Sword Masters, basically. Plus Absolute Radiance, which I'm curious about. Okay, well, that is it for the day, though. I am going to take a probably well-deserved rest, I feel like.